Saints, I'm doing a Bible. There I am. Doing a Bible study. And I came across this Acts 12 and 4. Well, it's the only mention of Easter in the King James Version Bible. It's real interesting. Now, about the time Herod the king stretched forth his hands to vex certain of the church, and he killed James, the brother of John, with the sword. And because he saw it please the Jews, the Sadducees, Pharisees, and scribes, he proceeded further to take Peter also. Then were the days of unleavened bread, which is leading up to Passover, right? That's Passover. Right. And when he had apprehended him, he put him in prison and delivered him to 4 quaternions of soldiers to keep him. I think quaternion is 16, I think. Intending after Easter to bring him forth to the people. Okay, well, so I did a study, and it led me to biblical hermeneutics. Answer to the question, why does the KJV say Easter in Acts 12 and 4? And they had various answers like, well, for some inexplicable reason, this and that the term or Easter is Passover in different languages, blah, blah, blah. But I bring this up, that God's way of communicating with us and the use of ebonics and the like is faultless and spot on every time. And I will refer to 1 Corinthians 3:10. If you want to look it up yourself, just Google why does the King James Version Bible say Easter in Acts 12 and 4? And they said, oh, the New King James Version corrected this obvious mistake. Well, I don't think so, because it's enculturation. Enculturation is a thing. Enculturation is a thing where the early church, when they had existing pagan festivals at times of the year, like Easter coinciding with Passover, and like the solstice, or the shortest day of the year. That's not the solstice. That's in the spring and fall. But the shortest day of the year, the dead of winter, they say the shortest day, around December 21st. Well, that was a Druidic custom of sacrificing a baby to the god of the sun, so that the sun would come back to life. Because every year, the Druidic priest would say, oh, the sun is dying, we must sacrifice. And they would have a lottery and pick a child to put in their bonfire, and human sacrifice to the sun, a created thing, right? Idol worship, in order for the sun to come back to life, get new life. I think they would pick whatever chosen child, the one that had the brightest spark of, knowledge. They probably picked that one on purpose. Here's how we'll get rid of the leader of the pack every year. We'll just sacrifice him to our God, claiming that you want the world to survive, it needs the sun. The sun's dying. So that's an example of enculturation. Christmas, right? Oh, the birth of Jesus. No, the birth of Jesus probably happened in the spring. But, it's like, okay, well, we'll say that's the reason for that time of the year, that the reason for the season. That's an example of enculturation, as well as Ishtar, Easter, Astarte, and they're egg rolling. Okay. What does Jesus is risen have to do with bunny rabbits, fertility symbol, hiding eggs, some kind of fertility rite, a heathen tradition of man, and not of God, rolling eggs on the ground, supposed to fertilize the earth? What? You're kidding, right? Okay, but here we are. What did I say? 1 Corinthians 3:10. I'm sorry. How come I'm not there? Sorry, 1 Corinthians 3:19. Can't read my own writing. Let me put a X right there. It's 19. You pay, okay, that's -1. You don't make 100 on the test. Oh, well. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with God. For it is written, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness. And again, the Lord knoweth the thoughts of the wise, that they are vain. Therefore let no man glory in men, for all things are yours. Let no man deceive himself. If any man among you seemeth to be wise in this world, let him become a fool, that he may be wise. And what's an example of that? Oh, and on the way to look up Daniel and Nebuchadnezzar, like what his mistake was. Look at this in Daniel 9. In the first year of Darius, the son of Ahasuerus, of the seed of the Medes, which was made king. Okay, well, that's Ahasuerus. That is the king in Esther, which Vashti would not come to the pavilion and show herself, so he got rid of her. And then Esther stepped in to become the queen, right? Picked by Ahasuerus. So is Darius the son of Esther? It begs the question.